Hi again, it's me Audrina here, and I'm reading from another book by our featured author who is called Carol McKibben, and she's on this week's Music in My Writing interview slot over on my Facebook page, Audrina's Place. And you're obviously viewing it here, but you may be viewing it on YouTube, so pop across and take a look. Anyway, this is from Snowblood Season 1, Episode 1, Transformation. The pain sliced into my ribs like steel on bone, then nothingness. Searing pain and the sight of two snarling, rabid beasts locked in battle interrupted the safety of my void. The scent of their blood-filled rage made my nose twitch. My brain screamed move, but my legs disobeyed. Paralysed on the ground, I watched as two giant beasts circled each other, lumbering dangerously close. One, an unknown, unnatural brother who could stand on hind legs. The other, a demon perhaps. That was the best way I could describe this otherworldly creature. My eyes began to focus. I could see blood-covered fangs and claws, a demon strangely glowing in the lunar light. It looked moon-kissed. Light from the nighttime sun caressed this deformed creature. Perhaps I'm imagining this. Maybe it's my love of the moon. I've always felt its protection at night on my forays into the woods near my home. Jaws snapping, the upright wolf being lunged, the demon creature moved faster, almost a blur. It hastily sidestepped the wolf's bite as easily as a mongoose avoids a cobra. The wolf snarled its frustration. It circled the moon-kissed demon that appeared to be taunting its opponent. I tried to move, to observe better, but pain savagely raked through me. Dark circle of wetness surrounded me. The air reeked with the smell of blood. My blood. Why had I recklessly left the comfort of my home? The fireplace in the den warmed us against the outside of fall's cold weather. Perhaps I needed adventure. Prey lurked in the outside darkness, and instinctively I'd wanted to give chase. My little human tried to tackle me just as I dashed to the kitchen and nosed aside the flap from the back door to the freedom of the night that beckoned me. "Snow, don't go out there, it's dark." He squirmed, trying to hold me. He weighed less than any little Solberton, laying his body across my shaggy mass. Embarrassing, I thought, since I outranked him in the pack. But I never snapped at him. My little human needed my protection. "Let him go, Tommy, he's doing his job, keeping the coyotes away." Tommy's father, our alpha, had spoken, and we must all obey. The little human stood upright and slowly released his grip on my back. Moments later, I was chasing coyotes across the front lawn and out into the street, doing what I did best, protecting my pack. Now, as the sound of gnashing teeth brought me back into the present, I wished for the chance to better safeguard them. Who would warn my humans of this danger if I didn't make it home? The two creatures battled on. The wolf leaped over its combatant's head, narrowly avoiding a crushing blow to its leg. The glowing demon blurred, quickly avoiding an attack from the rear. It spun, just in time to avoid its throat from being taken. Suddenly fall leaves were flying into the air. They hit the grass under the trees that lined the abandoned road and tumbled arms and heads over legs. My paws quivered as the fight drew closer to me. Inexplicably I remained unable to move from where I had landed after the pain hit me. My energy had already seeped from my body. Running away appeared no longer an option. I watched as the fierce beasts arose quickly from their tumble. The wolf gained an advantage, lunging forward and extending its claws as the demon stumbled over a broken tree trunk. Its opportune fall to the ground enabled the demon to duck the razor-sharp claws. Just missing the demon, the wolf landed and rolled behind its enemy. Quickly it spun up to go after its prey, now sprawled out on the grass. Just as the wolf leaped, boom! A loud explosion, and then the wolf crumpled to the ground with a pained yelp and a heavy thud. His lifeless body sprawled awkwardly on the dirt. A A strange voice pierced through my head. Silver bullets work well on panwares too. A malicious chuckle followed. Was that the demon's voice, I wondered? Surely I did not see his lips moving. The demon creature knelt over its victim and poked the wolf's body. No sign of life. Triumphantly it threw back its head and let out a victory scream that made the hairs on my neck bristle. It then rose to cast its appraising glance in my direction. I struggled to get my feet under me, fearing that if I didn't the demon would kill me on this spot, just as he had taken the life of the wolf. As it approached me, I felt my life slowly drain away. The darkness enveloped me again. The sadness of never seeing my family again lingered. Darkness closed over me, drifting into an overwhelming, itchy sensation. My nerve endings were on fire, consuming me with a new-found rush. The thin line of life spread throughout me. Every fibre of my body stood on end as the blood-filled eyes of the demon pierced mine. A thin drop of blood clung to one of its fangs before descending onto my face in slow motion. I tried to move, but the creature held me in place with one giant claw-covered hand. Other than the weight of its massive body, I felt no trace of the initial pain that had sent me into darkness. I watched transfixed as the creature transformed into a human. First claws became large hands. It shrunk only slightly. Its deformed body took the shape of a strong, muscular athlete. Its distorted visage faded into a handsome face with a strong nose, cheekbones and jaw. It was only seconds until it became a naked man. It spoke. "Hold still, dog. Let your body absorb my venom and heal." Venom? Heal me? Fire streaked through my veins, forcing every part of me to come alive. An unfamiliar strength enveloped me. I had been crippled only moments ago. Now every part of me sprang to life. My eyes never left the demon man. Blonde and fair, a pale face framed large violet-covered eyes that transitioned back to red and again to violet. He towered over me, his long muscular frame stretched over what must have been almost a half-head taller than James, my master. I once heard my master brag, "I'm 6'1" in my stocking feet." I guessed that was his way of stating how tall he is. The demon man wiped the blood from his face onto his hand. My blood or his, I wasn't sure. "All right," he commanded, "try to get up now." I sprang to all fours, shook my heavy white coat and sat back on my haunches. How did I get on this deserted road in the middle of the woods? Prey, that's it, chasing prey. The large black cat with Oregon plates sitting sideways in the road next to us. Lights on, motor running, looked as though it had swerved to avoid something. Had it collided with me? The man knelt and patted my head. "Confused, are you?" "That's right, I hit you." I cocked my head at him, feeling better than before. How could he have hit me? I got a whiff of his odour. A layer of perfume concealed the smell of death and something rotten that had emanated from the demon during its battle with the wolf. I stood and shook my whole body again, as if to expel the experience and the smell. Then I turned away to go back home. "Wait." He placed a firm grip on my back with his strong human hands. I whipped my head round, baring teeth in warning. Let me go. I had to go home to my loving family and the warm fire that awaited me. He stared at me. No, that's an insane thought. Was he speaking to me? Was he reading my mind? He paused for a long moment, staring at me as if he could see through me. I shivered from the menacing touch of his hand on my back. He released his grip, his shoulders slumped, and he ran a bloody hand through his blonde hair. He took a long deep breath, then shook his head. "Come with me." I watched him move towards the car. I had to go home. My people must be worried. He turned to me and I felt drawn to him. No, I must go home. There is no choice, dog. Come with me. And so it ends. And as you can hear in the background, I had the great accompaniment of my own dogs growling under the table, so I hope that added a bit of atmosphere to that little excerpt, which was again from, I'll just remind myself, Snowblood Season 1, Episode 1. And as you may have guessed, it was from the dog's point of view. So anyway, I hope you'll pop over to Carol's Amazon page and take a look at her many books and maybe purchase one or two. And I'll see you again for the next interview. Take care. Bye-bye.